Hello, 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 and welcome to Living the Single Life, where we address the issues, concerns, and highlight the excitement of living life as an adult Christian single. Well, the Bible says the two shall become one flesh. That's marriage. And today we're talking about happily married. And I have with me three very happily married couples. They are Dwayne and Alvilda Jones, who have been married for almost 20 years. Also, Pamela and Julius Abdullah, who have been married almost a year. And also, Tara and Orlando Teuda, who've been married for a year as well. So we've got an exciting show to share. My goal is to encourage everyone who is single that you too can find love and become happily married. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Best wishes to Living the Single Life Show with Deborah Asbury. From Michael and Karen Monroe. We pray that there will be many more seasons to come. All about props. Hard to find, hard to rent, made easy. It's all about us. 4820 Hammer Mill Road, Tucker, Georgia, 30084. 770-934-0550. It's all about props.
Pathfinders Tax Center, Sophia Chase Tax Preparer, located at 1749 Boulder View Drive, Southeast Atlanta, Georgia, 30310. Phone number 404-889-5586. Sisters Family Restaurant, 6550 Georgia Highway 20, Loganville, Georgia, 30052. Sisters make the best friends. E.K. White Designs, accessories that fit you, 4757 Stone Mountain Highway, Lilburn, Georgia, 30047. All right, well, welcome back, guys. As I mentioned earlier, I'm talking with three beautiful, happily married couples today, and they all have very unique stories. You know, I'm going to start out, they really need no introduction, but I will start out by sharing a brief introduction. I'm going to start out with our 20-year married couple, Alvilda and Dwayne Jones. I'm going to start with them for one thing because they've been married the longest, and also because of the fact that I've known Alvilda for over 20 years and known Dwayne for probably 22 years now, right? But these two met back in, I think it was 94, right before, well, Labor Day weekend. Dwayne was actually staying in Alvilda's home. He was not staying with her. Let me just clarify that. His cousin was actually house sitting for Alvilda, and Alvilda was working out of town. And when she came home for the holiday weekend, she met Dwayne, and, you know, fastly they became friends, and she showed him around town, not knowing that he was interested in her. But I'll let them elaborate on that a little longer. But nonetheless, he was interested. 2 years later, they were married. 20 years later, they are happily married still. So welcome to the show, Alvilda and Dwayne Jones.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. This next couple, they have been married. Actually, their anniversary is on August 23rd of this month, and they will be married 1 year. This is Pamela and Julius Abdullah. I love that name, too. It just kind of flows from my tongue a little bit. But I met Pamela a few years ago, and I ran into her just a couple months ago, and I was like, I know you. And she says, I know you, too. And she was just all lit up. And I'm like, well, gosh, you look so happy. And she says, well, I'm married now. She says, I's married now. And her husband was not far behind. They actually were having lunch together. And they met back in 2012. They became good friends. Then they became best friends. And it took them both by surprise, as I read on their bio. Then they fell in love, and the rest is now history. So welcome to the show, Pamela and Julius. Thank you for being here. Okay, and this last couple who I met most recently, I think it was about 3 months ago, we attend the same church, and I think it was Tara. Tara was in the vestibule. Yeah, I met you first. You were in the vestibule, and a mutual friend of ours, she was congratulating you because you guys were about to celebrate your 1-year anniversary, and you were just beaming. I'm like, wow, this girl is so happy. And then here comes Orlando, and I was like, okay. And so they both are from, well, you kind of touched New York City. I know you grew up in New York City, Tara. You actually lived there for a brief period, but you are originally from Columbia. Okay, and you are, give me the name of where, the name of, what is it, where you're originally from? Right, but you consider yourself as a New York, okay, I get that now. Okay, because you're from New York and you combine the names, so New Eurekans. Because I was just wondering, okay, well, where is this country from? I'm going to have to ask her about this. But yeah, so I met you guys a few months ago. Happy anniversary. You made it through that first year, and you guys are beautiful. Your story, well, you told me that you guys met back in 2010. You met at church, and first of all, it was like, well, hey, how you doing? And then you started seeing one another a little more frequently. And then next thing you know, I think it was in 2013 when you actually had sat down and had a conversation. And the rest is history. They've been married a little over a year now. So welcome to the show, Tara and Orlando. Okay. So I'm going to start out by asking you guys, first of all, I think it would be a little more fitting to start with the two newlyweds. How did you know? I'm going to start with you, Julius. How did you know Pamela was the one?
I didn't know at first. I'm sorry, I didn't know at first, but we had a chance meeting at a bank.
Oh.
I was withdrawing some
That's
money.
That's a great place to meet. I never thought of that.
You never know.
Yes.
Yeah, I was withdrawing some money, and one of the things that I needed to do was to turn in my tithe money. I didn't have a vehicle at a time to get around. I was driving the company vehicle because I was working that Saturday. So I went around, as I was driving around the front, I saw a van that gave the name of a church. And I went inside, asked the person if they would be kind enough to just give this envelope to the person who was driving the the van. And I said, I appreciate that. So the lady went running back, brought Pam out, and
kind of like God presented her to you through the vehicle of the young lady who she came out to your car with.
Absolutely. And we started talking about this, that, and the other, and we started talking about our shared joy in working with homeless people. And so there were several things that kind of inspired me to just accept a ride to church with her on the van. And after that, we started talking and
that's interesting.
Yes.
That's a unique story.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so was it kind of instant for you? Because he kind of knew it was instant there in 2012 when y'all was having that casual conversation about your ministry work.
Well, it was just basically conversation. We didn't think anything about relationship at that time. It was actually,
it wasn't verbally spoken. Let's just put it that way,
well,
right?
I'm not even going to say it wasn't verbally. It really wasn't just there.
Okay.
When we first met, we didn't know that we would be sitting here on your beautiful, wonderful show today as husband and wife.
Isn't that amazing?
We just had
God
conversation.
does things in such amazing ways. We cannot pinpoint him or put him in a box.
Exactly.
You know, and we don't know what's going to happen from day to day. But it's such a blessing that here you are now as husband and wife.
Yes, yes. So we just took it real slow, and we became, like you said, friends, and talked and had conversation, and we both wanted to.
And like you said, and best friends, which is key.
Yeah, we did. We became best friends. We shared a lot of things together. And how I knew that he was the one, he was honest. He shared things with me that only you had to trust someone to share it with.
Oh, okay.
And it opened up a door to an avenue that I had never known before.
That's
to come from a man.
Point. Yes.
And especially a man that I was a dear friend with. So that gave me a sparkle in my eye and said, okay, Lord, I need some more signs, but this is a good one.
Yeah, that was a good sign. Well, thank you for sharing that. That's definitely encouraging to me. Yeah. Okay. And Tara and Orlando. So we're going to start out with you, Orlando. So when did you know that Tara was the one?
When I first met her, I didn't know what was going on. I knew my wife when I first met her.
Oh my goodness.
And we walked out, we spent the day in the morning.
Uh-huh.
So ever since then, I knew.
So you held on and never let go. Amen. Was it instant like that for you too, Tara?
I started getting little signs at first that I actually prayed about him.
Oh.
And when he did, it was like the heaven, the sky opened.
Voila.
So beautiful man just held my hand, and it was like, wow, I like this thing God. Just a little things that count. They make so much difference.
They really do. Uh-huh. Okay. And you know, the wonderful thing about you sharing that too, and about all of your stories is, we as single women, we hear negative statistics all the time. Oh, in Atlanta, there's 11 women to every man. I even heard someone on TV say, oh, isn't it about 35 women to every man? So that number just grows all the time. But the fact of the matter is, all we need is one. That's all we need is one. So, Alvilda and Dwayne. So with you guys, you know, being happily married for many years, I want you all to share with us your unique story. Now, it may not be, of course, it's not obvious, but we've talked about it before, and I think it's a blessing to all that hear. And so share with everyone on this platform, you know, some specifics about your unique story and how you've made it work.
Well, our story is Deborah started out at the beginning. I didn't know him when he was living in my home because I was on contract in New York. And his cousin was house sitting for me. And so when I came back home for the holidays, he asked me out to say thank you for allowing him to stay in my house while he was looking for an apartment. And so I just thought it was a free meal and it was okay. And it was like, okay. So we went out, and after that, I thought that was it. And then he asked me out again, and I'm like, no. I'm like, why not?
And y'all, she told me that too. I remember back then, because we were good friends.
Well, Deborah says it's not obvious. I think most people probably know that I am older than he is. Quite a bit. I'm 14 years older than he is. And
It's not obvious.
still,
No.
I don't know. Maybe it's not obvious to other people. So, of course, I kind of thought of him, like a little brother or something, a little cousin. And I was like, no, I'm not going out with you again. I mean, one time.
Well, you know what? But you know what, Alville, the one thing that I remember specifically about your courtship is you guys went to church a lot, and he was asking you to help him find a church home, right?
Right, he was, but he was asking me a lot of things to try to be around me.
Oh, okay.
I
He knew that was going to catch you right there, being that you are a woman of God.
was trying to lose weight and work out, and he was like, "I'll help you work out." And I'll
Had your own personal trainer. I like that.
just kept asking me different things to
Okay.
so he could be around me more. And but then that was the thing that got me to become friends with him.
Uh-huh.
And
And that was the foundation of your relationship.
kind of sort of. It did start that way because I did see that he was a good person.
Okay.
And I enjoyed speaking with him, but I was still trying to hook him up with other people that would.
I remember that. Well, Dwayne, yeah, I remember all that. Well, you know, Dwayne, quickly, you know, kind of share with us in a nutshell, you know, what was going through your mind then, because obviously you knew she was the one right off the bat.
I did. When I moved into our house, I saw pictures of her on the wall. I was like, and I asked my cousin, who is this lady? And she said, "This is my best friend whose house you staying in." And I said, "Oh, okay." And I wanted to meet her. And so when she came in the house that day, I think it was Labor Day picnic at the house.
Right.
I saw her and I said, "Hey," and she wasn't as good as she did on the picture.
Exactly. Well, you know, and let me just interject one thing that I always thought about you two, and I'm sure the audience will agree. You guys always favored. It's like you were relatives and didn't know it. So I call that a match made in heaven. So we're going to go ahead and pause just for a brief break right now. And when we get back, we're going to not only hear a little more from our happily married couples, but we're going to do a little game entitled, I Think I Know My Spouse. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Best wishes to Living the Single Life Show with Deborah Asbury. From Michael and Karen Monroe. We pray that there will be many more seasons to come. All about props. Hard to find, hard to rent. Made easy. It's all about us. 4820 Hammer Mill Road, Tucker, Georgia, 30084. 770-934-0550. It's all about props.
Pathfinders Tax Center, Sophia Chase Tax Preparer, located at 1749 Boulder View Drive, Southeast Atlanta, Georgia, 30310. Phone number 404-889-5586. Sisters Family Restaurant, 6550 Georgia Highway 20, Loganville, Georgia, 30052. Sisters make the best friends. E.K. White Designs, accessories that fit you, 4757 Stone Mountain Highway, Lilburn, Georgia, 30047.
All right. Well, welcome back to Living the Single Life. I'm your host, Deborah Asbury, and I have a very exciting panel of guests with me today. We've got three very happily married couples with us. And as I mentioned before we went to break, we are doing a game called I Think I Know My Spouse. So for those of you who are familiar with the show that's been off and on for quite a few years, it's called The Newlywed Show. It's kind of a similar concept to that. And so what we did, we took the gentlemen aside and we asked them a few questions about their wives. And we're going to test their knowledge by seeing if the wives, are able to answer to the same question that the gentlemen have. And then we did the same thing with the wives to ask them specific questions about their husbands. So one of the couples asked me a little while ago, well, what kind of prize are we going to get for this? Well, what better prize is it than bragging rights? Don't y'all like that? But actually, there is going to be a consolation prize for each couple, and they will be receiving a Living the Single Life Show T-shirt. Now, I know they may not want to wear it out in public, but it'll be his and hers, and perhaps they can just have them, use them as matching night clothes. How about that?
All right.
Will that work? Okay, guys. Well, let's go ahead and get started. And so what we're going to do first is start with the ladies. The ladies were asked 2 questions about their spouses. And so we're going to start with the first question that you were asked. And that question is, who initiated your first kiss? So we're going to start here with couple number 1, Alvilda and Dwayne Jones. So, Dwayne, what would Alvilda say? Who initiated your first kiss?
I'm going to say it was me.
Okay, and Alvilda said,
I did.
oh, she thought she knew her spouse. Oh, well, we've got one more question. Darn, okay. But that was good, that was good.
Well, he asked,
Kind of even,
he
right?
asked, could he kiss me, and then I actually kissed him. That's why
Oh, so it was even.
He initiated. He was like, I really want to kiss you, and so I leaned in and kissed him first.
Oh.
But he said he wanted.
Uh-huh. Thanks for cleaning that up, Alvilda. So we're going to move right along, okay, to Pamela and to Julius. So, Julius, we asked Pamela the very same question. Who was the one to initiate your first kiss?
I did.
And Pamela said,
Me.
she did.
Me, because you were such a gentleman. You didn't, you.
And you weren't a lady? Okay. We're just joking. I'm just teasing.
I wasn't a lady.
You are a lady. Please forgive me. You know what's the saying? All is fun and love and war. Isn't that, it just all gets mixed in with all the excitement, right?
That's true.
That is so cute. So the couple so far, even, ladies and gentlemen. All righty. So, Orlando and Tara. Orlando, who initiated your first kiss?
That would be me.
Okay, and Tara said, they got it right. She said Orlando. All right. Okay, so let's see here. You guys are couple number 3, so we're saying 1, 2, 3.
Actually, we're kind of number 1 since we.
Okay. Okay. Well, you know what? We'll just give you team names then instead of saying 1, 2, 3. So Alvilda and Dwayne are A and D. That's right. Okay. Okay. The Abdullahs would be what?
JP. JP.
JP. Okay. JP, AD, JP, and OT. Okay. So OT has got number 1. Let's give it up for OT. Okay, so we're going to finish up the questions from the wives, and we're going to start with we're going to start with OT. So, OT, we asked your wife this question. Orlando, we asked her, how did your husband like his coffee?
Black.
Okay, and she said, black. Oh my God. Look at there. 2 out of 2. And they just celebrated their anniversary when? June
20th.
June 20th. Let's give them another round of applause. Still together, still happy, and still going strong. Okay. And let's go with, okay, the Abdullahs, JP. What did Pamela say to the question? How does my wife like her coffee? How does my husband like his coffee?
Just like she fixes it with cream and Splenda.
Cream and Splenda? Okay.
When you left out the Dunkin' part, you put me in there. Normally he loves coffee from Dunkin'. And
Okay.
He likes 6 creams and 6 Splenda.
But you got that right. Yeah, judges. Yeah, you got that right. Very good, very good. Okay. All right, and Alvilda and Dwayne, A and D.
Okay, I don't drink coffee,
Okay, and Alvilda says, wow! Let's give it up for the couples. Good deal, good deal. Well, you know what? We're going to go ahead and take another brief break here. When we get back, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. But this has been so much fun, hasn't it? Wow, some of you know one another better than others, but hey, it's all about fun and games. Thank you guys for being great sports. Stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back.
Turn them down so I don't see them. Turn them down so I don't see them.
All about props. Hard to find, hard to rent. Made easy. It's all about us. 4820 Hammer Mill Road, Tucker, Georgia, 30084. 770-934-0550. It's all about props.
Pathfinders Tax Center, Sophia Chase Tax Preparer, located at 1749 Boulder View Drive, Southeast Atlanta, Georgia, 30310. Phone number 404-889-5586. Sisters Family Restaurant, 6550 Georgia Highway 20, Loganville, Georgia, 30052. Sisters make the best friends. E.K. White Designs, accessories that fit you. 4757 Stone Mountain Highway, Lilburn, Georgia, 30047.
Okay, guys. Well, that's about all the time we have for today. It's been such a fun show, and we're actually going to continue the show on to another day. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and close it out. And when we come back, we are actually going to continue the game of I Think I Know My Spouse. Are you guys excited about that? Yeah. And this is a very, very needed topic. So I do thank you all for being with us this week. And of course, stand with me because we're going to come back next week and continue the topic. And I want you all to come back with us as well. Thank you for watching Living the Single Life. And remember, let everything you do be done in love.